am Kristal Hart, and welcome to the Kristal Hart Show. We are at Madison Square Garden for the weigh-in between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano for the undisputed lightweight title of the world. But first, we have a warm-up by Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn.
Okay, well, listen, we've not got long till the official weigh-in, but myself and Jake Paul up here to answer your questions. We've got some microphones in the crowd. Let's keep it fairly decent. You know, we know you're all nice people, really. But we've got some microphones in the crowd. Any questions for myself and, of course, one of boxing's great stars, Jake Paul. Jake, before we take those questions, just a few words to your adoring fans here. It's not often that I get more cheers than someone else, but that might be the case today. But I know that you're with the Puerto Rican section in here today, and you believe Amanda Serrano will become the undisputed champion.
Puerto Rico! Man, excited to be here. The crowd is already electric, and we got a show tomorrow. The ladies are going to let the fists fly, and that's what we all came here for. So excited to be here alongside Eddie Hearn. And, man, the crowd is lit already. Shout out to the Irish fans, too, you know? Shout out to the Irish fans, too. Respect.
Okay, we've got a couple of microphones roving around. Over to you guys for some questions.
Yeah, I got a question. Who wants the mic? I got a question for Jake Paul. Who cut your hair? Who's your barber?
I don't even know. This guy came over to my hotel the other night and cut it.
All right, woo! For Jake Paul's barber.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I think his name was Jason.
Yeah, for Jake Paul, does he suffer from imposter syndrome?
Where's the question?
Do you suffer from imposter syndrome?
The answer is negative, sir.
You don't understand the question.
That's a great question. That's a pretty question.
I don't know what's going on.
Could be your next opponent, to be fair. It's a
I was gonna
step
say, yeah, like we run it up.
Yeah.
I got a question right here. Right here. Yeah. Yo, this is a question for Jake Paul. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
That's what's up. Hey, when William Langston, not trying to look through any fighter for the first fight, but if William Langston beat Khalil Cole tomorrow, would you look at him as a next opponent? Could be.
Man, the list is so long. I just got like 400 new opponents yesterday in my trash talk with Eddie. You know, there's still like 6 other names on the list. So, you know, I think people have to start getting in line, unfortunately.
Hey, first off, I just want to say massive congratulations for putting on this event, Matchroom and Most Valuable Promotions. My question's for Jake as well. I see you're keen to fight Tommy Fury and possibly Sonny Bill. If those fights don't happen, would you be keen to fight David Nika, who's also from the Fury camp? And how does a young boxer like myself also get on that card?
I don't know who these people are. Like any of these people, so like I said, everyone has to get in line. I think everyone wants to fight me to be the person that knocks Jake Paul out and make a bunch of money. So it's really a long list.
To your left, guys. To your left.
Yeah.
I guess this is for Eddie more than anybody else. Depending on who the winner is of this fight, who's next? Because to me, and I think most of the fans, I think at 140, 144, 145, Jessica McCaskill is the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Who's next?
Well, I think that the great thing about women's boxing is they continue to step up and the champions face the champions. I think everybody here fight fans. They want to see the best be the best. And the beauty of this fight is you've got two of the greatest of all time meeting in their prime tomorrow night. And I think Jessica McCaskill, Chantel Cameron, all these people that are undisputed champions, I think all fans would like to see one champion across every single division. And we're starting to see that in boxing, but this fight is so big for both. I believe tomorrow night you'll see one of the greatest nights in the history of Madison Square Garden, and we may run it back. We may even run it back in Ireland. Who would like to see Katie Taylor fight in Ireland? She's never been there. She's never had the chance to do it. And, we could see Taylor Serrano 2, 3, or against all those great undisputed champions, Jessica McCaskill, Chantel Cameron, but all eyes on tomorrow night.
This question is for Jake. This question is for Jake. Jake, I just wanted to know, after this fight, is Amanda going to go back down to featherweight?
That's up to her and Jordan. There's talks of that, but I think there's some bigger names if she can go up in weight, if it's possible. So, yeah, we're looking to make big fights happen. Like I said, I want to get her a 10-figure payday. So I think she's going to have to be flexible. 8-figure.
And Jake, I just...
10-figure.
10-figure payday.
8-figure.
Wow.
Jake, I just wanted to let you know, thank you for doing what you're doing. You're a great inspiration. As you can see, my son has a Jake Paul shirt on. You started him to start boxing. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Love it. Keep it up. Keep it up, champ. Keep it up, young champ.
All right, how you doing? First of all, thank you for putting on this event. This is one of the biggest events for women boxing in New York City, around the world. So thank you for Most Valuable Promotions and the Zone Matchroom for making this happen. But my question is for Eddie. I want to piggyback off what he said earlier. So Michaela Mayer has expressed, excitement that she wanted to, battle champions. And she was saying after this bout, she would, not mind facing whoever won. But before that happened, I know Alicia Baumgardner, she would have to unify. A lot of fans want to see Alicia and Michaela. Is that something that, you guys are cooking up?
Yeah, I think Alicia Baumgardner could well be the new big star of women's boxing coming through. Unified champion in the making at 130 pounds, already the WBC IBO world champion. And what this fight does is it paves the way for those super fights. Michaela Mayer is another great champion. It just so happens that a promoter doesn't like women's boxing, but that's okay. We'll get him one day. And I think that we got to start looking at what's next after this. We won't see every super women's fight fill up Madison Square Garden, but you've got Clarissa Shields against Savannah Marshall, you've got Alicia Baumgardner against Michaela Mayer, so many great champions, so many great fights to be made, and what myself and DAZN and Jake have shown, but mostly, of course, these great athletes, is the boundaries are getting knocked down day by day. And if there's any young female athletes out there, and any athletes, if you love something, if you want it so much, never give up. And these two are an inspiration to everybody because they've cracked it. They've cracked the glass ceiling and they've allowed the system to flourish and those great female champions.
Hello. Up here, lads.
Yeah, you can just talk.
Can you see me?
Not really, but we can just talk.
Up. Lads, this is not actually a question. This is just to say that this event would not have taken place without Katie Taylor. She's after drawing one of the biggest crowds that you'll ever see. And all I'll say to you is, ole, 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 ole.
You can't boo that
Thank
for
you.
Rico. I just want to say one thing before we go to the next question. And I echo your thoughts, sir. 6 years ago, I received a message from Katie Taylor asking if she could come and see me because she wanted to turn professional. She said that she could do to the professional game what she did for the amateur game. Most of you know the story, but in 2002, Katie Taylor walked through the doors of Bray Boxing Club. But before she walked through the doors, she had to put a head guard on and pretend that she was a boy, because girls and women's boxing was banned in Ireland. In the early stages of her amateur career, she had to pretend she was Kay Taylor, a boy, when she was fighting all these amateur fights against boys. After winning world championships, European championships, she wrote to the IOC, the Olympic Committee, and said, you have to allow women's boxing to be in the Olympics. They said no. She kept trying, as she does. She never gave up. Eventually, they said, look, come and have an exhibition fight, and then we'll say no. Basically, Katie Taylor had to have an exhibition fight in front of the Olympic Committee. And after they watched her box, they said, women's boxing is in the Olympics. She went on in 2012. She went on in 2012 to win Olympic gold in London. I'm sure some of you were there. It was the most incredible experience. And in 2016, in November, she turned professional with Matchroom. We headlined her at Wembley Arena, and everybody laughed at us. How can you headline with a female fight card? We always said, one day you'll headline at Madison Square Garden. I have to be honest, I wasn't sure it would ever happen. She was. She's one of the most inspirational characters I have ever met. And I know how proud you guys are, but I'll tell you something now, and listen, the story, and Amanda Serrano has been working for this moment all her life, but obviously I'm Team Katie Taylor. This, for me, is the greatest Irish athlete of all time. Forget boxing. You know, she is a true inspiration, and tomorrow night when she walks out in front of 18,000 people at the Mecca of boxing, I will be very, very proud, and she will bring it home for you lot, I promise you that. Right, we're going to take one more question, and then we're going to play some music for you guys and get ready for the weigh-in.
Perfect, perfect. So my question is for Jake. Jake, I'm just wondering if you're taking any more bets. Willing to offer up one?
Nah.
Come on, you got to be confident in your fighter, no?
Who are you going for?
Who do you think?
I don't know. You're on the Puerto Rican side. I see you have a flag there.
Let's go, Jake. You got a few shekels. Let's go.
See, we already got a bet over here, so I don't know about all of that noise.
Guys, before we go, Jake, the final word to you. Mega fight, your first really as a promoter with yourself, not in the ring. Very proud of your charge. You heard a few words about Katie Taylor, a few words about Amanda Serrano and the big fight tomorrow night.
Yeah, look, I can't stress enough how much this means for Amanda Serrano, and, you know, a lot of people don't realize that she's the sweetest, most humble person in the world, and I think, you know, both Katie and Amanda deserve this moment more than anyone. They've dedicated their whole entire lives to that. And this is just such an iconic moment, you know, coming into Amanda's life, and she was getting paid $10,000 a fight, mistreated, not getting the fights that she wanted, you know, always on the undercard. For her, she's been working for this moment for her whole entire life. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that came out from Puerto Rico to support, because this is truly a special week, and tomorrow night will be remembered and etched into the history books forever.
Jake, thank you for your partnership in this fight. Thank you, Puerto Rico. Thank you, Ireland. Music coming. Let's get this party started.
And now, the weigh-in.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the world's most famous arena, the Mecca for sports and entertainment, Madison Square Garden, New York, USA. Where tonight, Matchroom Boxing and Most Valuable Promotions are proud to present the official weigh-in for the biggest fight in women's boxing history. 10 rounds for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. And it's all going to be broadcast live on DAZN. Now, to help me introduce both Team Katie and Amanda, I've got two incredible VIP guests. So at this time, please welcome, to help me introduce Team Serrano, the WWE Raw Women's Champion, the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair. And now to help introduce Team Taylor, here is the 6-time WWE champion from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
All right, Madison Square Garden, what's up? Now, I'm gonna need all of y'all to clap it up one time for this amazing event and for everyone involved in putting on the biggest women's fight in history. Come on, clap it up. Yes, tomorrow night is gonna be historic. Now, I am WWE superstar Bianca Belair, and along with being the WWE Raw Women's Champion, I am also the EST of WWE, meaning I am the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best superstar in the world. Now, I was backstage talking with Amanda Serrano, and she told me that she's gonna pull a Belair tomorrow night, meaning she's gonna snatch all those belts from the champ, kind of like what I did to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Now, as a proud member of Team Serrano, with all further ado, I'm gonna need y'all to get up on y'all feet. Come on now, get up on your feet. For the former unified featherweight champion, the only woman to win titles in 7 weight classes, the fighting pride of Puerto Rico. Come on, give it up, give it up, give it up for Amanda, the real deal Serrano.
For the biggest women's boxing match of all time. It all goes down here tomorrow night, Madison Square Garden, Serrano versus Taylor for all the belts. Now, I know a thing or two about fighting in New York City for all the belts. I also know a thing or two about fighting in that big room next door in front of thousands upon thousands of fans, and I know you people will have this place rocking. Where are my Irish fans at? Now you all know why I'm here. I am here because of the best Irish boxer to ever step in between those ropes. And I am proud. I am so proud to be head of Team Taylor. No. Hey. Ole. Conor McGregor said, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over, and we are taking over, baby, because you will never beat the fighting Irish, and you will never beat the history-making, game-changing, record-breaking winner of the 2012 Olympic gold medal winner, the woman who has won gold medals all over the world. The reigning, defended, undisputed, undefeated lightweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, the Bray Bomber, Katie Taylor.
gentlemen, making her way to the scale, please welcome the challenger. She has been a professional fighter since 2009, amassing a record of 42 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 30 big wins coming by way of knockout. In 2011, she won her first world title and has now gone on to become the Guinness Book of World Record-setting 9-time 7-division world champion. Ella nació en Carolina, Puerto Rico, and raised in the beautiful borough of Brooklyn, New York. Here is the talented and accomplished women's boxing southpaw sensation, the reigning and unified featherweight champion of the world, la gran campeón puertorriqueña, Amanda, the real deal, Serrano. 133.6 for Amanda, the real deal Serrano. 133.6. And her opponent now making her way to the scale. She is the defending undisputed world champion. As an amateur, she won 5 consecutive world championship gold medals, 6 European gold medals, 5 European Union gold medals, and in 2012 in London, she captured Olympic gold. Now, as a professional, her record stands perfect. 20 fights, 20 victories, 6 of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, here is the acclaimed, the celebrated, and the game-changing 2-division and reigning, defending, undefeated and undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Katie Taylor! 134.6, 134.6 for Katie Taylor, 134.6. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, 10 rounds for the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Matchroom Boxing, most valuable promotions, live on the zone from Madison Square Garden. Boxing history tomorrow night, Madison Square Garden, New York, New York, USA.
Hold on, Amanda. We are here. We are here. HULU. All right. What an environment this is. Amanda Serrano, if you can, put this into perspective. We knew this was going to be a big fight, but you see now that it really is going to be a big fight.
And they say women can't sell. Are they out there, Mom? You have 2 of the best pound for pound going at it, making history at the Garden. Boricuas and Irish. Who can ask for any more? I can feel the just love and the support. You know, you guys are the true winners come tomorrow night. You guys wanted this fight. You guys kept asking for this fight, so here you go. Enjoy tomorrow night.
What's the one thing you have to do in this fight tomorrow to be successful?
Just be vintage Amanda Serrano.
All right. And what is your message to your fans who are here tonight and that will be here tomorrow and your fans around the world?
Muchas gracias, los boricuas. de corazón, gracias por todo el apoyo. Los quiero mucho en este pa nosotros, para ustedes. This is for all of us Boricuas. Hasta la muerte, baby.
And now let's bring in her promoter, Jake Paul. Jake, what was it about this fighter in particular that you got behind?
Look, I don't have anything to say about that. What I do have to say for the Irish is I feel bad for y'all because this is the start of Katie Taylor's losing streak, just like Conor McGregor. This is the start of her losing streak, just like Conor McGregor. Here's your microphone.
All right, there you have it. One more time, Amanda Serrano, everybody. And now we bring in the one and only Katie Taylor. Katie, you've been in some big fights before. How does this one feel compared to those?
Well, there's definitely something different about this fight, being involved in the biggest fight in female boxing history. It's great to see so many fans here. Thank you so much to all the Irish who traveled over. I'm so grateful.
I know you're not comfortable doing the interviews and the media. You've done it all week. Now that the fight has finally arrived, how do you feel?
I feel great. I'm ready to step in there. I'm ready to hear those words. I'm still world champion. I'm still world champion.
All right, Miss Katie Taylor, good luck to you. Eddie, Joe Markowski said this feels like a Canelo fight. That's the kind of environment and atmosphere that you guys have created for this night. How much does this mean to you personally to have been able to pull this off at this level?
Well, look, we're making history as the biggest female fight of all time, but better than that. Forget women's boxing, men's boxing. This is one of the greatest fights of all time between two of the greatest to ever lace them up. So we couldn't have done it without the support of everybody, MVP, DAZN, and everybody here today. Tomorrow night, from top to bottom of the card, you are going to get a night at Madison Square Garden you will never forget. And it's been jovial, and we respect Team Serrano, but tomorrow night, you're going to see why Katie Taylor is the best female fighter of all time. And I tell you, there's nothing like the Irish, and you never beat the Irish. Katie Taylor is going to absolutely put on a beautiful performance tomorrow night, and you will hear the words, and still undisputed. Thank you, Puerto Rico. Thank you, Ireland. Let's make some noise for two great fighters.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Madison Square Garden. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.